What's up, guys? Your boy Prince PJ TV here, and today we're going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts, one of my favorite video game series. I'm a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. In fact, I'm such a huge fan, I bought all the games, the 1.5, 2.5 remix, the 2.8 prologue, and of course the longer-awaited, that we waited for years for, Kingdom Hearts 3. So I am a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series. I cannot wait for the continuation of this story. But today we're going to be talking about is why I believe, or why I think, Riku is the better written character. And so I am a huge Sora fan in my own opinion. I love Sora. Sora is my favorite character. But being completely honest here, Riku is the better written character overall. And hopefully by the end of this video, we can at least agree on that. So, let's start at Kingdom Hearts 1. We know the basic story of this when Sora gets the Keyblade, and if you played all the in-between titles, you know that Keyblade was originally meant for Riku. But Riku falls to darkness, and by the end, he ends up resisting the darkness, resisting Ansem, and helping Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and also King Mickey to help close the doors to darkness. So this is the beginning of Riku's growth. He falls to darkness, but by the end, he resists, he overcomes, and actually ends up helping close the doors to darkness. That's what happened in Kingdom Hearts 1. As far as Sora goes, it didn't really help him none. Not really. He's still kind of the same lighthearted, goofy kid that we all know and love. And so after Kingdom Hearts 1, we move on to Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memory. We know that this is where Riku is still dealing with the darkness inside of him. And he's trying to learn how to control it, to overcome it. And he does get some good progress with the help of King Mickey, who is like his light. It's kind of like, in a sense, Mickey was like his trainer or his master in some sense of the word. But Mickey was there to help Riku, to help him overcome the darkness that is in him. And by the end of Rechain of Memory, Riku has made his own choice about how he's going to walk this path. He's going to walk the road to Dawn, which is also the name of his Keyblade, his better version Keyblade, the road to Dawn. So that is a path that Riku chooses by the end of Rechain of Memory. So once again, we're seeing here that Riku is making his decision. He says, I'm going to walk my own path. I'm not going to walk the path of light per se, and I'm not going to walk the path of darkness, but I'm going to forge my own path to Dawn. But as far as Sora goes and Rechain of Memory, we know he loses his memories. He's basically almost becomes a puppet of the organization at Rechain of Memory. But Naminé bailed him out, and by the end, he's put in the sleep pod and all that. That's how we get Roxas and all that. But whatever. So then we move to Kingdom Hearts getting ahead of myself. Kingdom Hearts 2. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, Riku's a lot older. He's more mature. It seems like he's gained much better control of his darkness. He's in the world that never was. He's trying to, he's basically looking for Roxas, so Sora could be recompleted and Sora can come back and do what he does in Kingdom Hearts 2. He's much more mature. He's quicker. He's faster, stronger. So is Sora. Sora's become a lot stronger as well. And of course, we know by the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, they defeat Xemnas, and that's pretty much it. And by the end, we know that they're both getting ready to take the Mark of Mastery exam, which leads us up to the game that everybody not too much likes for their own personal reasons. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, which is where Riku basically becomes a Keyblade Master. We also know at this point that according to the organization that Riku has gained this resistance to darkness. So, you know, that's a huge character development for Riku. So by this point in the story, Riku has faced every obstacle that has come towards him and conquered it, versus Sora, who has not allowed things to really get to him. Like, we don't even really see the darkness affect him that much until we get to Dream Drop Distance, unless you want to count the rage mode in Kingdom Hearts 2. But besides that, by this time, Riku knows how to deal with the darkness within him. That's great character development at this point. As versus Sora, who, as soon as darkness touches him, he nearly loses himself. In fact, he almost becomes a vessel for Xehanort, but because of Riku and Axel, aka Lee, you know, that didn't happen. So by this point, Riku is further along in character development wise. He's grown more mature. He has a resistance to darkness. His mindset is different, you know, versus Sora, who is still full of light, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but he's very naive sometimes. We especially saw that in Rechain of Memory. You know, he's basically being strung along by these guys who he don't even know who they are. And in Kingdom Hearts 2, he tries to act like he knows, you know, everything. You know, he's calling out the organization and all that, and you know, he's in a weird position. So of course, by the end of Dream Drop Distance, Riku becomes the Keyblade Master. Sora does not, which is where the community has its biggest arguments about it, because Sora's test wasn't really fair, and it wasn't, but he still could have passed. The thing about it, if you know anything about the Mark of Mastery exam, it's not necessarily whether you do every single thing right, it's whether you can have balance within yourself of the light and darkness, and Sora failed to do that. That's why he failed the Mark of Mastery exam. But by Riku becoming a master, that helps him to accept himself. He no longer has that feeling of unworthiness, whether he's worthy or not to be a Keyblade wielder. Now he knows, since he's become a master, and you know, that helps him grow and helps him to like deal with those emotions. Sora's still happy. They kind of tease, like, by the end of Dream Drop Distance, like, in my mind, I thought Sora was going to go to train and get better. That didn't happen. Dang it, Nomura. Anyway, so finally, Kingdom Hearts 3. By this time, Riku is very mature for his age at this point. Sora, not so much. He does get better. I will say there's some development. He makes decisions on his own a lot more, especially to help Riku in the realm of darkness with Aqua. I think his decision to abuse the power of waking wasn't very wise, but like Riku said, when Sora makes up his mind, he made up his mind. So, I mean, hopefully in the next main title game, we'll see a lot more character development for Sora, because I want Sora to grow. I don't want his personality to change, but I do want him to grow more as a person, as a character, like Riku has. You know, some people may argue that Riku should have just been the main character, you know, since he's getting all this growth. He's the only one who's truly grown throughout the series, and I can see that. But, you know, I feel like Sora, hopefully, Nomura, please write him a little bit more serious in the next main title game. And those are just a couple of my opinions and reasons why I think Riku is a better written character. Of course, some may disagree, and that's all cool. Leave your thoughts and comments. You know, like the video if you liked it or whatever, and subscribe to the channel. Alright guys, peace out.